How's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today, what I wanted to do for everyone is just take a brief couple of minutes and go through some of the core aspects of the software on the Motorola G7. So this is the Motorola G7 UI walkthrough video. Alright? Now, starting off, I have to say I really am a big fan of Motorola's implementation of Android, because pretty much they took stock Android and they overlaid a few custom features on top, and then they just left it alone. So they pretty much threw in only features that they thought their users might actually use, and then they left everything else exactly the way Google intended it. And to get to all of Motorola's features, they made it all available in one nice and easy location. So all you have to do to see the Moto features is tap on the Moto app here. All right, let's take you back to the home page real fast. Once you tap on the Moto app, this is what you're greeted with. Okay, so if you scroll through, it just gives you real quick access to your Moto actions. We're going to talk about all of this throughout this video. Your flashlight controls, your flip to do not disturb, your Moto display, your attentive display, your Moto peak, and your Moto voice. All right. And if you tap on this, it'll take you to the accompanying section. Now, if you want to jump into everything all together, you scroll back up to the top and you hit the 3-dot hamburger menu in the top left-hand corner. And this will give you a real nice and easy breakdown of all the Moto features. So starting off, we have the Moto actions, followed by the Moto display features, followed by the Moto voice features. And we're going to go through this one by one, give y'all a nice, easy to understand and straightforward overview. So let's start off with the Moto actions. Now, diving into the Moto actions, this is Motorola's bread and butter when it comes to their devices. So these are all the custom features and gestures that you can do on your Moto devices. And depending on which Moto device you have, you do get more or less features. But technically, it's all the same just about. So right here at the top, the first one we have is the lift to wake, or the lift to unlock. And as the name implies, if you turn on this feature here and you tap in to see what it does, all you have to do is raise your device. It will scan your face with the built-in front sensors and unlock the device. And one thing that I like about Motorola is not only did they go through the time to really dig down and deep and see what features their users actually like, but they also took that extra little bit of time and gave you nice step-by-step tutorials with pictures and everything, so you know exactly what you're supposed to do. Really good stuff there. So this is raise to wake. Now, there's a few different ways that you can use raise to wake, and let me show y'all how you can customize that to fit your needs. Now, way number one is simply as y'all see there, you just raise the device and it scans your face and it unlocks. But if you want a little bit more granular control over that, you go into the settings. So you swipe down your notification shade, you go into the main settings, then you swipe down till you get to security and location. All right. Then you want to swipe down to this setting right here, face unlock. All right. Then you want to authenticate. So I'm just going to authenticate this with my fingerprint real fast. All right. And this is where you get access to more controls over face unlock. So you can see we have the raise to wake feature here. Okay. And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Again, you raise the device, it scans your face, and it lets you in. But if you leave this option turned off here, this bypass the lock screen, that means that you use the raise to wake, it scans your face, and then you still have to swipe up on the screen to get into your home screen. If you turn this on, all right, once you turn that on, that bypass lock screen, you raise to wake, it scans your face, and it's going to take you directly into your device and take you directly to the home screen or the last app that you were in before you lock the device. Now, if you turn both of these off, then what's going to happen is, as long as you have the face unlock feature enabled, as soon as you press the power button, the power lock button, it'll scan your face and unlock the device. All right. Now, because I have the bypass lock screen off, that means I still will have to swipe up to unlock and get into my device. Little extra bit of security that I like to leave. A little bit extra security never hurt anybody. So that's the core feature number one on your Motorola G7, your raise to unlock or your raise to wake. So feature number one, raise to wake. So you can see the device is flat on the table. All we gotta do is pick it up and it wakes up the display, and you can see it scan for my face and already unlock the device. Alright, so that's number one, raise to wake. Alright, now what you can also do is if you turn off the peak display, it will go straight into the device when you wake it up. So you can see if we dive in here and we go to Moto display and we turn off peak display and we turn off attentive display here. Alright. Then if I turn it off and I wake it up, it brings us straight into the device. Once again, turn it off, raise it up, brings us straight in. And again, even from a flat surface, so it's on the table, pick it up, and we're right in. So really, really nice. Now, if you want that more added security, what you could do is jump back in to security. Alright, and go back into face unlock and turn off the on-screen bypass. Okay, so this way it won't bypass your lock screen. So if I show y'all again, put it down, pick it up, wakes up, and you can see I got that little unlock icon. Still have to swipe up to unlock the device. So add that nice little extra level of security. Okay, now let's dive a little bit deeper into more of these features. Okay, the next feature is your music controls. All right, so with this enabled, this will give you custom features that you can use with your volume buttons to do different things when you're listening to music. So a single press on either the volume up and down will change the volume. A long press on either the volume up and down will go to the next track or go to the previous track, so on and so forth. All right, so really, really good stuff there. And again, you got your nice detailed tutorial once you tap on the feature that'll walk you through exactly what to do. So really, really nice. next feature is a feature I didn't even know that I needed, but Motorola's implementation of it is really, really good, and that is the screenshot editor feature. Now, if some of y'all might be familiar with this, if you have an LG device or a Samsung device and you take a screenshot, you'll notice that you get a bunch of screenshot editing features after you take a screenshot. And the one reason why I would say, and I'm going on record in saying this, Motorola's implementation of those features are a lot better, in my opinion, is because they took out all the extra fluff and just put everything front and center. And they gave you a nice little tutorial as to how everything works. So pretty much all you have to do is take a screenshot. Now you could do this one or two ways. You could tap 3 fingers on the display, and that will take your screenshot there. Okay? Or you can long press the power button, which is a standard Android feature on the newer Android devices, and tap to take a screenshot. So I really like they give you 2 ways to take your screenshot, so you can do whichever way is easier for you. And once you take the screenshot, that brings you into this screenshot editor. So you can see across the bottom from left to right, we have a few different things that we can do. Now, this first icon gives you the ability to take scrollable screenshots. And this works across the whole device. So whether you're on web pages, whether you're in contact lists, whether you're in certain apps, this is going to work across the entire device. And that's really, really cool because certain implementations of this, particularly on LG, only work on dependent apps, okay? So if you have an LG device, y'all will know that this scrollable screenshot isn't going to work on every app. But if you have a Samsung and or now a Moto device, then it's going to work. So on your Moto G7, you just tap that little square box with the down arrows, and it's going to take a scrollable screenshot. And you can keep tapping to your heart's content or until you run out of space. Or you can hit this next button here, which is the cropper tool. And then this will let you control where you want to crop your screenshot to. All right. And we literally have control over this whole thing. So you can really line it up and crop the image exactly how you want it. And then right next to that, we have our annotation feature here. Nice little pencil feature. So you tap on this. You can change the color. You can change the width of the text, and you can write on the screen here. So if you wanted to annotate, all right, or if you wanted to erase, so you can just erase, and you want to annotate a specific thing. So like, let's say you're taking a screenshot for a tutorial for somebody, and you wanted to be like, okay, this is where you need to be looking. So you can annotate that here. And this also works with your finger as well as a stylus. So if you wanted more granular fine tip controls, you can get a stylus and still have this full complete functionality, which is really nice indeed. All right, so that's feature number 2, the screenshot editor. And in my opinion, this is the best screenshot editor available on all the different implementations on top of Android right now. Even better than Google's straightforward implementation, because y'all know me, I've said it before, I'm a very straightforward individual. So when you can eliminate the fluff and just get me to exactly what I want, I'm going to really enjoy that. And for the most part, that's what Motorola has been able to do. All right. So that was the screenshot editor feature. And then the next feature is one that I already touched on, the press 3 fingers on the screen to take a screenshot. We already pretty much demoed that, so we don't have to go over that twice. And then this next one here is a Motorola staple. And this is what I have been using since I started this video. And it is the one button nav feature here. So as the name implies, it gives you the on-screen gestures. Now, a neat thing that I like about Motorola's implementation is that it's kind of similar to iOS. okay? But it's kind of a legacy feature because Motorola started this all the way back with the Moto G4, I want to say, G4 and G4 Plus, if not earlier. And on those devices, it was built directly into the front screen fingerprint reader. So it's pretty much the same. If you're coming from one of those older devices, the only difference is it's not embedded into the fingerprint sensor. It's now been moved to an on-screen gesture, but it's still pretty much the same. So a tap of the gesture bar here takes you home. All right. A swipe to the right switches you between your last two recent apps. So you can see as I swipe right here. Good stuff there. A swipe up will bring you into the recent apps section. So you can see all of my recent apps here. Really good stuff there. So if we jump into an app, a swipe left will take you back. All right, as you can see there. Good stuff there. And all of this is customizable. So if you want to switch it to where different swipes do different things, you could do that here. All right. So you play around with it, you do what works best for you. And if you don't like it, you can always turn it off. So Motorola, I do like the fact that they implemented new features, but they also gave you the ability to go back to what you may be used to. So if you don't like it, you do have the ability to turn it off. But it's something I've gotten accustomed to using, so I'm gonna just leave it on throughout the rest of this video. Okay? Really good stuff. Now, the next two features are, again, Motorola legacy features, and we have the double chop for the flashlight. So quick chop chop turns the flashlight on, and a quick chop chop again turns the flashlight off. And that's pretty much self-explanatory, and it'll work wherever you are on your device. Whether the screen is off, whether the screen is on, it's gonna work. All you have to do is implement that chop chop gesture, and it'll turn on and off the flashlight. So really good stuff, especially if you're trying to do things at night and you don't have a lot of light, or you're trying to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom or go get a drink of water, and you don't want to turn on a whole bunch of lights in the house or wake up anybody. Quick chop chop and you go on about your business. Really good stuff there. And then we have the quick twist to launch into the cameras. And again, this is a feature that works anywhere. So quick twist of your wrist, quick flick of the wrist will bring you straight into the cameras. And if you flick again, it will let you switch between the front and the rear facing cameras. So really, really nice. As long as this feature is enabled, again, you can jump directly into the camera or switch back and forth between your front and rear facing cameras. So really good feature there. All right. And then next, this is a feature that's good, but I'm not really a fan of it. This is the swipe to shrink the screen gesture. And pretty much how it works is you swipe from the middle of the display to the edge and it will shrink the screen. So let me try and demo this for you guys, and hopefully I don't mess up too much. So quick swipe from the middle down to the edge. It should shrink the screen here. So as I said, it always takes me a couple of tries, and I'm not a big fan of it. There we go. Got it to work. And then this is fully resizable here. And depending on the part of the screen that you swiped in from, that will put it on the right or the left. Now, a big reason why I'm not a fan of this, and again, if you tap anywhere in the dead space, it will fill the screen back up. A big reason why I'm not a big fan of this feature is because on devices like your Samsung devices or your LG devices, they give you the ability to quickly triple press or double press or swipe on the home buttons or the home navigation bar to implement the same shrink screen gesture. And in my opinion, that quick double press of the home button or quick swipe across the nav bar is a lot more convenient than trying to swipe in and down to the side to shrink the screen. And y'all can see this is pretty much something that I don't use often because it's very hard for me to implement. And now this may or may not be easier for you, but I am disabled and it is very hard for me to do things like this. So it may or may not work better for you, but still I wanted to demo the feature to the best of my ability. So that's the shrink screen gesture there. And again, I'm not a big fan of it, but I wanted to demo it for this video, but I pretty much leave that turned off. All right, let's keep it moving. Then next, we have the last two core features for your Motorola devices. At least when we come to the gestures, we have the flip to silence and the flip to do not disturb. Or my bad, I said that backwards. Pick up to silence and flip to do not disturb. And pretty much these are self-explanatory. So let's say, for instance, I was getting a phone call or I got a text message or, something of that nature. And, I just wanted to quickly silence the device. All I have to do is pick it up and then it silences the device. Now, I don't really use this, so y'all can see it's turned off, but I still wanted to let y'all get an idea of how it works. Again, check out the tutorial on the screen if y'all like to see how it works. All right, and then the last gesture feature here is the flip to do not disturb, okay? So, same rules apply. Let's say you were doing something and you didn't want your phone to go off. All you had to do is pick it up and flip it face down, and it's going to be put into do not disturb mode. All right, really good stuff. And the minute you flip it back over, it's going to turn itself back on. Again, this is something that I don't use, so it's turned off. But just so you get a general idea of how it works, check out the tutorial on the screen. Okay? So that pretty much goes over all of the gesture features. Now let's dive into the Moto display features. All right? And this again couldn't be any more straightforward and easier to use. So the first one we have is the peak display. And with the peak display, when it's turned on, all you have to do is wave your hand over the device. It will wake up the display and you'll get quick access to your battery percentage and your notifications. Same can be said if you approach the device. It will wake up the screen and give you those same features. And or if you get a notification or a text message, it will wake up the screen and you could do stuff like tap on that. And quickly reply to or interact with said app to your heart's content. And you can also program in quick replies. So that's a really good feature. And I keep that on a large majority of the time, unless I just really don't want to be bothered with my device. And then the last Moto display feature here is the attentive display. And pretty much this one couldn't get any more straightforward. As long as you're looking at the device or the device can sense that you're, paying attention to it, it will not dim the screen or turn off the display. So really, really nice if you're like scrolling through a long web page or reading your emails and you don't want the device to dim, then all you have to do is just keep looking at it and it won't dim. So really, really good stuff there. Other than that, the last feature we have here that Motorola has implemented is your Moto voice. And pretty much it's self-explanatory. With this enabled, it will read aloud to you incoming calls and incoming text messages while you're driving or while you have a Bluetooth headset connected. Now I'm gonna have to gray out some of this information so y'all don't see it. So you can do it location based. You could do it so depending on where your location is, you can do it while you're driving. So if it senses that you're in the car, and or if you connect up a Bluetooth headset, you could turn on this feature as well. So really, really good stuff there. And As far as core features go, that about does it for your Motorola device. Now, another neat thing that I like that Motorola has thrown in here is if you swipe down on your notification tray here and you swipe to the right, you can see they have Dolby Atmos built into their device. Okay, so if we tap on this, this will take you to your Dolby Atmos settings. Okay, so this will work for your loudspeaker. So on phone calls and during video playback, you can set it up to be smart. You can set it up for movies, music, and or you can do a custom setup in here as well. So you can really customize this to your heart's content. So really, really good stuff. And aside from that, that's pretty much it in regards to the features. Other than that, you pretty much have all of your stock Android features here, okay? So really, really good stuff here. And you can see if we jump into the settings, it's pretty much a very clean and straightforward implementation of Android, almost exactly the way Google intended it. So everything is exactly where Google put it, and they just added in their core features. So you can see if we jump into gestures, we still have some gestures here. So we can still swipe down on our fingerprint sensor to engage the notification shade, and we could still double press the power key here to launch you into the camera or do nothing. So I really like that. Motorola, again, as I said, they only threw in the features that they felt you were going to use, and then they left Android alone. So really, really good stuff here. Now, some of this stuff may look a little bit different than your Moto G7 because, as I said, I picked this up from Amazon and I did it on the Amazon payment program. So I have a few extra settings in here like the Alexa. Okay, I think that's the only different setting in here. So the Alexa, and yeah, that's the only addition there. And as y'all will see, as y'all probably would have saw if you check out my unboxing, I do have the Amazon apps preloaded in here. Now, pretty much all of them, if you don't use them, you can uninstall. So that was really, really nice. But out of the box, those are the only preloaded apps that comes on this device. And other than that, it's pretty much a very stock implementation of Android. And I gotta say, I gotta give Motorola kudos because they implemented my favorite feature in their core interface and core launcher. So what am I talking about? They implemented the quick pull down feature into their core launcher. So y'all know, I've said it before. Now, one of the things that I hate about certain Android devices is that with their UI, you don't have that feature built in out of the box. So a lot of the times when I'm done with the review process, I gotta go sideload a different launcher to get that feature back. So I do appreciate the fact that Motorola has added that feature directly baked in to their stock software. So really, really good stuff. That being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and this pretty much brings to a close my walkthrough of the Motorola UI interface. If y'all did enjoy the video, y'all know what to do. Please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. And if you want to see more content like this, as always, feel free to hit that subscribe button and follow me across all of these social media platforms. That being said, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. Now, this whole video was recorded in 720p, and it was using a combination of devices. So I got the screen capture directly from the Moto G7, and I shot all the B-roll for this video. So demonstrating the gestures was shot with either the LG V30 or the Samsung Galaxy S8. So just so y'all know exactly what I used to produce this device. And I did not use any external audio. So all the audio you guys and gals are hearing is coming straight from the onboard mics on the Moto G7. So please let me know what y'all think of this video down below in the comments. Your feedback is always greatly appreciated. That being said, again, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. And if you wanted to know what screen recorder I'm using, I use a combination of these two right here. So AZ or EZ screen recorder and screen recorder. All right, both of these are available in the Play Store if you want to try them out for yourself. Okay, I'll leave the links down below in the video description. All right, I'm out of here now. We've made this video long enough. Peace, everybody.